Hey guys, what's going on? It's MKS here. Back with another video, hoping to get to part 3. Then I'm going to, again, hopefully turn this computer off for a bit. Hopefully it'll be alright and I won't use it for too long, or it will be working well for as long as possible. Yeah, I hope I haven't overused it. Anyway, sorry. Thought I'd get with my list, what I was talking about, and I'm hoping to finish as quick as possible. So yeah, this, I'll say point number 11. These I thought about quite a lot for quite a while, making like Facebook groups, or I know I've made quite a lot of Facebook groups, but or even Twitter groups or whatever that talk like things like about things like artists for Celtic, authors for Celtic, designers for Celtic, or whatever, inventors for Celtic, innovators for Celtic, investors for Celtic, and whatever other groups that can support Celtic. And try to also recruit new potential fans to support the club. One of the problems I think is it's whether the club spends money on players as well. So I hope, I thought, my favourite figure, I'd love the club to spend 10% of its revenue on buying new players, 10% on developing the youth, and 10% on charity for overseas aid or something like that. Maybe something like that. Anyway, I'd love to have as many sponsors and supporters as possible for Celtic, and but the club to invest in more players, and including investing in youth players, but also buying as many good players as possible. 12, I hope to look at anti-bullies for Celtic, or I say anti-imperialists, or people who want to support the oppressed, or things like that. 13 Catholics for Celtic, because Rangers are very anti-Catholic, so I think there's an incentive for the Catholics in the world, around the world, to support Celtic, even probably those who don't like football that much. 14 problem solvers for Celtic, and also those who agree with Celtic's work, as I said, around the world for tackling poverty, and maybe supporting the club to help more homeless people and more things like medical aid for people in developing countries and all sorts of things like that. 15, again, people who agree with Celtic's principles and values and things like that. 16, groups like the Scots, Irish, or I've talked about before, Irish people around the world. That was point 16. Again, 15 was people who agree with the principles. 16, Scotch, Irish, and people like that, Irish people around the world. 17, I think if I'd love to have as many Celtic fans as possible around the world. Imagine if they had fans from what I keep referring to as the 4, billions of fans, maybe even over 1 billion fans around the world. If pretty much everyone in Africa, also the indigenous community of Australasia, people from the Americas, all over the Americas, and Asia as well, and maybe even across Europe. But I mean, if over 1 billion people in Asia, as many people as possible in India and China, all over Asia, as I say, and Africa and all that. So ideally, I'd love to see Celtic having billions of fans probably, but also I hope they'll do lots with the charity work as well as buying good players. And having revenue equivalent to teams in the Premier League and things like that. Again, any money I make from this video, if I do make any in the future, I will donate to Celtic. 18, again, anyone with positive values, in my opinion, should support Celtic. And I think they do a lot of good for charity work and stuff like that. 19, as I say, I'd love to hear other people's opinions about what would make them support Celtic, or what would make them not support Celtic, or what they like or dislike about Celtic, or reasons why they wouldn't support Celtic as well. So to hear from the other side of the argument. I say for me, as an anti-imperialist, I support Celtic. Also, there's some of the charity work they did, and also have Irish and Scottish blood, so that might make me want to support them a little bit more as well. And 20, I think now I'm clutching at straws. So yeah, as I say, I'd love to hear your opinions. Not too bad. I think this video has been about 5 minutes long, so don't think I waffled too much. I think I got on with it. I didn't want to go too quick, but I wanted to cover the points, but also not be too long. But anyway, hope someone out there likes this video. Especially hope Celtic fans like this video. Another thing is, like I say, please leave comments about what would make you become a Celtic fan, if anything. Obviously, I imagine any Rangers fans or anyone like that would not. Probably nothing could make them become Celtic fans, which I understand. But other fans, like even if you could support another club, what would make Celtic become your second club or things like that. So peace and love. Good night, guys.